Good morning, December the 5th. We are live once again. Thank you for joining me this morning. I got my coffee. Mm, mm. I'm ready to go. I got my water. Thank you so much for the gift of water and hydration. Mm. Ready to go this morning. Ready for action. Ready for action. Thank you for joining me. If you are joining me here live, I want you to comment down below. Um, if you are just discovering me for whatever reason, I would say welcome. And if you enjoy what I'm talking about, and if I'm someone that resonates with you, subscribe, hit the bell, get notified the next time I'm doing a video. I'm going to be putting up a lot of content here. Some of the content could be life-changing for you. So make sure you subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. Again, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just subscribe and hit the bell, get notified the next time I'm doing a video. And thank you so much for those of you that subscribe. And if you subscribed and you find value here, tell your friends. Tell your friends, say, you know what? You know who you should subscribe to? Hey, this guy Alfonso Cuadra, check him out. ALFONSO CUADRA. Alfonso Cuadra, type him in on YouTube and you'll find him, or Google him. I'm very Googleable. So, my good friends, I'm excited. I'm excited about this subject matter, and it's something that I wanted to talk to you for a while. Are you afraid of judgment? Now, I'm not going to get biblical. I'm not going to get religious here. I'm not talking about Judgment Day. But are you afraid about what other people may think of you, right? Are you afraid of sharing? The biggest obstacle for a lot of people is their inability to declare what they want because they're afraid of judgment. 96% of the people out there are afraid of judgment. And this is more true now than ever before in the Instagram world, TikTok, all kinds of things. I see the young people now. Oh wow, snowing. I see the young people now. They have to take 1,000 pictures to choose one to put on their Insta. People are just confused, and they're so afraid of judgment. I feel that is the number one obstacle that people face. They are afraid of judgment. They're afraid of what other people are gonna what are other people gonna say about them, right? Often I get this question: if you if you're just joining me, or if you've seen me for a while, or you found me on other videos, or you've seen any of my stories or read anything online, you would see that I share a lot about my life, my life journey with the public. And so people ask me this question. They're like, Alfonso, like, why do you share with people? You've been in 2 civil wars. You had issues in the education system. You dropped out of high school at 15. You became homeless at 15, and ultimately you became a father out of wedlock at 17. Why do you share all those struggles with people? Like, isn't it embarrassing? And sometimes I wonder where that question is coming from. I know it's coming from a good place, because they're thinking, if I had all those issues, there's no way I would share that with people, right? Like, it's hard, even though it was a short amount of time that I spent on the streets, in my life, I have panhandled for change, and I had drug issues, and on drinking alcohol, and not being a good person, and building a massive business, but then almost losing everything because I was very much a consumer, not an investor. Going through a divorce, right? One of the hardest things that I went through in my life is going through a divorce. After achieving so much success, I failed at love, right? And so all these things that happened to me, I'm very much vocal about them, and I want to share, and I'm not afraid of judgment, right? And what I realized a very long time ago is that my stories, the things that have happened to me, um, this is something that is valuable and that I can share with people to inspire them wherever they are in life to get up, right? Yes, I fell down, but I got up, and then I kept going and I kept going and I kept going. Behind me, you have all these articles and multiple different magazines, newspapers all across the world. On this side here, you see an article that was written in Reader's Digest back in 2008, and this particular article went to 15 different countries, translated in 5 different languages, including Mandarin. And it was this article, Reader's Digest, being one of the biggest publications in the world. Went. It was, my story was shared in China, all over Latin America. It's an incredible part of my journey, something that happened to me, and it kind of created a shift for me, made me realize a few things. Because it's not so much about the article, like I'm not really saying that to impress you, but it's the idea of what a story can do for someone else, good or bad, right? What a story can do to inspire someone else to change their life. And so as a result of this article right here, I ended up getting letters and emails and phone calls from people all around the world. And what they said to me was really inspiring to me. It was inspiring to me. Some people said, your story changed my life. Some people said, because of your story, I actually ended up going back to school, getting my degree, and becoming a CEO of a X company. Because of your story, I ended up starting my own business. Because of your own story, I went back to my family. Because of your story, I mean, the feedback was overwhelming and incredible. And then I started to realize that, God, like, geez, I actually have a responsibility to share my story with people. I actually have a responsibility to people, and it's and like my purpose. Back at 17, my purpose was my kids. Like, obviously, my one daughter at that time. I became a father at 17, and just it was a game changer for me. And it started everything. And I wanted to make this little girl proud. And then, later on, my other daughter. So my oldest is 25. My youngest is 14. And so my purpose was, to make these little girls proud of me. But your purpose can evolve, and you can have multiple different reasons why you want to do something. Yesterday's live, we talked about that powerful reason why, and if a purpose is powerful enough, it will make you unstoppable. And so at some point in my early 30s, now I'm 43, pushing 44, but in my early 30s, I realized that it's not so much what I wanted to do with my life to how I was going to use my life in order to inspire others to live theirs to the highest capacity. How was I going to use my life in order to inspire others to live theirs to the highest capacity? What do I want to be remembered for? Alfonso Cuadra here on YouTube. My fourth live here this week. What am I doing this for? Why am I here on a Saturday, December 5th, 2020? I'm here to provide you value. I'm here to share my journey with you so you can go out and live your life to the highest capacity. That's my mission. That will be part of my legacy. I don't want to be remembered for the cars, the properties, the doors, the apartments that I've owned. I don't want to be remembered for the things. I want to be remembered for the people that I've helped, the people that I've inspired. If you look over here, you see all my work that I've done with young people, right? So I've gone to high schools. I started the Cuadra Youth Foundation, where we, teach financial literacy and entrepreneurship, leadership, communications to young people globally. And I've been doing this work for a very long time. And, some of the schools that I went to like 12, 13 years ago, often I get messages from young people that said, you know what, you might not remember me, but I was sitting in that auditorium, and that one thing you said made me look at life differently. And as a result, I did this and this and this. And now look at me. I'm the CEO of whatever company, publicly traded company, whatever. And I'll get those messages and I'm like, wow. It's huge, the impact that your life can have on someone. And it's not just like, you have to go through something, some sort of overcoming to inspire someone, but also your successes and your wins, right? I want you to go out and share your lives with people, right? If you are in business, if you're in real estate, if you are in sales, you have a responsibility to share that journey with people. Your life, your successes, your hurdles, your ups and downs, your everything that is happening to you right now can help someone else. And as a result, they're going to want to do business with you. Trust me. As a result, they will want to do business with you. But now we are living in a world where, Instagram and, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these things, they are creating a false sense of what life is. I love live. I love doing this live video right here. I don't even know, when I turned it on, I didn't even know what I was going to say, right? And most people are afraid of judgment because they're in their heads. Most people are afraid to share their stories because they're in their own heads. Most people cannot do a live because they're afraid of what they're going to say, because they're afraid of what other people will say about them. And I can mess up. I mean, obviously I have an accent. You know what? These are my own personal opinions and thoughts. And, some people right now watching this, and I see there's people watching this right now. I mean, you can comment down below. Please comment down below. You may or may not agree with what I'm saying. Some people may say, hey, there's privacy, right? We want our privacy. And of course, please don't share you don't need to share everything about your life, right? I'll see something on Facebook where people, oh yeah, I got a flat tire today. No, that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about overcoming. We're talking about successes and wins, positivity. Share positivity. And it doesn't have to be perfect. The idea of perfection doesn't exist. The idea of, the perfect post, the perfect Instagram photo, all that stuff, it doesn't matter as long as you share. And the more you share, the more people are going to be drawn to you. And if you have a business, especially, like, listen up. If you have a business, if you're in business, if you are in sales, or if you are if you have a real estate business, you need to share your experience with other people. What differentiates the people that are successful from the people that are not successful are the people that are out there, sharing more of themselves, the good, the bad, the ugly. And what happens is they attract customers, right? They attract people to them. Often I'll go on walks. I'm looking at real estate, and people just reach out, and they're like, wow, like, you're looking at this real estate, that's awesome. And they start asking questions. And ultimately, yes, Michael, I see you there. And so most of the time, you know, uh, people are looking at me, and they're inspired. And I love that, right? I love the fact that I can inspire people just by simply being me. I can jump on this live right now, and it doesn't matter what I say. I could just keep. I'm just right now speaking my mind, and at some point, I'm going to attract someone because of this one video, or maybe you decided to subscribe to my channel, right? But it's this afraid of judgment is what's stopping a lot of the people from executing, right? It just, and some people have this idea like, okay, I am going to start posting and sharing with people once I'm successful. No, that's not how it works, right? Have you ever heard the saying, like, dress for the job you want? So you need to be it in order to have it. You need to become it in order to attract it to you. And you need to live it. It's not fake it till you make it, because that's fake. You need to become it, and then you will attract it. Then you will have it. The things that you want in life, everything you want in life, wants you. The only person that's in the way is you. You are in the way of everything you want because you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid to declare the things that you want to the world because you're afraid of what other people may think. Or you don't declare it as much, or I'll declare it once I feel that I'm on my way. No. You gotta get on it. You gotta declare to the world what is it that you want. And don't worry about judgment. Don't worry about what other people think of you. They are not living your life. They are not paying your bills. And you have people that are worried about privacy. Guess what? There is no privacy anymore, my friends. If you have Google, I have a camera on my phone. There's a camera. I don't care. I don't care who sees my life, because I'm not doing anything wrong. I don't care who sees my email. I'm not doing anything wrong. And so, this fear of judgment is really paralyzing a lot of you out there. That's why I wanted to do this video, because you know what you're supposed to be doing. You know it. And maybe some of what I'm saying resonates with you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you're saying, Alfonso, you're wrong. If you think I'm wrong, I want you to put it in the comments. If you think I'm right in just a little bit, that your life has significance, that you have, that your life can be an inspiration to somebody else, that your life will help you attract your customers. Guess what? If your customers don't know what you're doing, how in the hell are they supposed to give you business? People need to know what you're doing. They need to know what's going on. And it needs to be overwhelming because there's so much noise out there. And it needs to be authentic. It needs to be the real you. The reason I can jump on this live today is because I'm me. This is me. I don't care what people think. I'm not putting on an act. I don't have to show off. I'm me. Are you you? I'm me. I can be me and yell it to the world. Go on the top of the mountain and say, I am me, and I'm not worried about what other people think of me. Wow, I see a few people on here right now. Thank you so much. If you just joined me, just, comment down below. I really appreciate it. I will listen to all your comments. If you're just joining me, we're talking about the fear of judgment and how it paralyzes you. And you have to be authentic, be you, but make sure the world knows it. Make sure the world knows exactly what you're doing, exactly what your goals are. Share it with the world. If you have a story, you know what? Your story could help someone. But guess what? The more you share, the more people get to know you. And the more people know you, the more they want to do business with you. Think about it. We do business with people we know. We do business with people we know because we know and trust them, because we've seen them. They're congruent. They show up. We're not talking about faking it till you're making it, right? It's not fake it till you make it. I really, I'm not on board with that comment or that quote, because it's fake. I'm talking about being real. The reason I can jump on this live today and every day that I do it, or I can be on any show or share my story at a drop of a hat, or share my thoughts or opinions, is because I'm being me. If I was being somebody else, I would need preparation. I would need, to think about what I'm going to say. I don't need to think I don't need to think about what I'm going to say here on this live, because I'm being me. These are my real thoughts and my real opinions. And the problem is this fear of judgment. And you know how I know? Because I know. You see, this article right here got me to get out of my comfort zone. And I remember, and I'll tell you this, I was very successful in business. Very successful in business. But I could not stand up in front of a group of people, and do exactly what I'm doing right now. Share my thoughts. I had an inability to be able to express myself publicly. I was scared to death. Number one, I don't have a university degree. I have an accent. Very self-conscious. But being self-conscious, what I realized is it was all about me, right? So, I would be deathly afraid to do any sort of public speaking. And as a result of this article, people said, you know what, come speak, come. We want to, share your story with all these people. And this was an opportunity to really expand my business. But I said no. I had all these excuses why I didn't want to do something, or I was just full of excuses, really. And so you can ask yourself that. Are you full of excuses? Why aren't you sharing your life? Why are you afraid to declare to the world what you actually want? You're afraid of judgment. That's where listen, I'm speaking the truth, and I'm speaking from my heart, because I was there. I was exactly where you are. And there's no way I could get up and do a live for now 23 minutes. Speak my mind for 23 minutes. I wouldn't know what to say, because I was afraid of judgment. I was in my own head. And so one year I said, I've had it. This is going to be my year of yes. This will be my year of yes. And so I said, the next time someone calls and they want me to do a talk, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. No matter what. No matter what. Sure enough, a couple weeks later, I get that call. They're like, listen, we have a business group, and the speaker we had backed out. We need a speaker. Would you be willing to come and talk to our business group? And remember, my year of yes. Before I would have said no, but I had to go for it. It was my year of yes. I said, yes, I'll do it. When? She said, tomorrow. Tomorrow? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow. How many people? She said, no, it's about 40 people. 40 people. I was scared, right? I mean, sharing parts of yourself, being vulnerable, it can be scary, right? I knew like, you know, like the first things I thought about were like, okay, what if I go up there and I mess up and people just laugh at me, right? What if people just laugh? You know, what if people just, you know, discredit me as an entrepreneur, as a CEO? You know, it's like imposter syndrome. Like you think you're an imposter. It's all in your mind. Your mind, that monkey brain, and it's gonna be telling you all the things that can go wrong, and all the judgment that you're afraid of, and you start you start to create excuses for yourself. And so I said, no, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And so I show up there the next day. It was actually a cathedral. They were actually, but they were using like a little room in the church. It wasn't anything religious. They were just using the venue. And so the event planner comes out, and he said, "Well, there's a change of plans here. We have to change a few things. We had a few more people than expected showed up, and we're gonna go from this little room. We're now gonna go into the cathedral, right? The main room. And if you've ever been in a church, the acoustics work very different. And so I'm sitting there." I'm sitting there, and like I'm sitting in there. I'm like, wow, this guy's talking. What he's saying is bouncing back. Like I don't know how I'm going to do this, but remember, it's my year of yes, and I was going to do it regardless. And so finally, the presenter introduces me, and then I get up on stage. There's 300 people now, 400 people, you know, and I'm like, oh my God. Take a deep breath, Alfonso. Here we go. And, you know, I get up there and my mind goes blank. Think about it. Like, this is now, I'm like all out there. I'm exposed. It's almost like I'm sitting there like buck naked, right? And so like, I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to say. And so what I ended up doing was just looking at the audience like this, right? And finally, what I was gonna say came to my mind, and then I started my talk. And I would have these moments of, you know, my mind going blank. Think about that, and I would just be like, just staring out into the audience. There's these weird lights. I can't really see the people. The acoustics are messed up. Like the second I say something, it comes back to me. It's playing with my. It's yes, criticism is bad. That's it. You know, it was playing with my mind, and at this point, I'm just so vulnerable. And in my mind, I'm thinking, who in the world would want to do this, like on purpose? Like, this is horrible. That's what I was thinking. Like, and I was looking for the exit sign. I'm like, thank God these lights are here because I can't really see the people. And the second I'm done, I'm gonna just make a, just run for that exit right over there, right? And there's a video of this. Thank God it's not public. I have this video. I'm gonna hold it in my vault very secretly, but I will release it one day so you guys can laugh at me and have fun. But this video, I'm wearing a suit, and there's times that I put up my arm, and you see the wet patches, like sweat just coming down my face, and just like, it's just a complete disaster. The back of my jacket is just drenched, and I was thinking like, I just can't wait for this to be over. I just want it to be over, and never again am I gonna get myself into this mess. Never ever again am I gonna get myself into a situation where like I'm on stage or I'm sharing my life or whatever, because that's what I was doing. I was just basically sharing my story in my life, and it was just horrible. And throughout the entire talk, I kept going blank, and I just kept looking at the audience like this. So if you can imagine, and then I would remember what I was gonna say, and then I kept going, and this was going on for about 25 minutes. Finally, it was over. Finally, I was done, and I said, okay, I am gonna get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? Before people people see me or talk to me. I don't want to talk to anybody. And so I see the exit. I'm making a run for the exit. And all of a sudden, I see this lady running towards me. I'm like, whew, I must be really bad. This lady's coming to hit me or smack me or something. And she stops like right here. And as she's coming, like she was, at first I could see her running, but she was kind of behind the lights. And as she's getting closer, I could see that she was crying. And she comes up to my face, and I will never forget this moment. And this was a tipping point for me in my life, in my career. She says, Alfonso, your story changed my life. In your use of pauses. Your use of like, to the audience, like to me, this is my mind going blank, but to the audience, the pauses, they thought they were like dramatic pauses, right? To me, in my mind, I was just going blank, but to them it was like part of the show. But she was crying, and she hugged me, and she shared her story with me, and we hugged, and she's like, don't stop doing this, because you can change lives. Your story can change lives. And that's when I realized that it wasn't about me. That standing up in public, teaching people how to change their lives, teaching people business, personal development, sharing my story with people, that's not about me. It's about them. It's about you. I'm here to support you and make sure that you get the knowledge, and maybe you can take one little thing that you're gonna hear about on this channel and use it in your life, and you can run with it and change your life. It's not about me. The reason I can stand up here and do a talk, and talk to you in YouTube land for now half an hour. And thank you if you've been on here the whole time. I could see people that are still on here. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Comment down below. The reason I can do this is because I'm doing it for you. It's not about me. And so what happens is, when you realize that, if you have a product or service, if you have a story, you can help thousands of people, but they need to know. They need to know. And the only way to forget about judgment is to realize that it's not about you. Why are you making money? Is it for you? It's going to be hard. But if you have a grander plan, if you want to get wealthy because you want to support other people, that's a mission. That's a mission, and it's not about you. The second you take yourself out of the equation, you are no longer afraid of judgment. And that's what I realized a long time ago. Like, when it comes to public speaking, I was self-conscious because I was afraid of judgment, because everything I was doing was about me and what I was going to do. And what would people think about me? People maybe discover that I don't have a university degree. I have an accent. I come from Latin America. All of these things were in my mind. And I was afraid of what other people were going to say. I was so afraid of judgment. And the second that I realized that it wasn't about me sharing my story, me going on podcasts and television, having my own television program for years, it was not about me. It was all about you. And the second I realized that, this is when it was a game changer for me. And every time I get on a stage, every time I'm about to do a live, my mind goes to, how do I want to help you, and how can I help you? Because I'm coming from a position of service. And if you want to change your life, if you want more customers, if you want to build your business, if you want to create more, become more, have more, you need to come from a position of service. And when you come from a position of service, you're no longer afraid of judgment. You're not afraid of what other people are going to think about you or say about you, because all you're doing is trying to help and support the people out there. And so, my friends, 96% of the people out there can't get ahead because they are afraid of judgment. And when you're afraid of judgment, it's about you. What I'm asking you to do is to start thinking about the service you can provide others and come from a position of service, sharing to provide value so people will be, and this is going to happen automatic. You shouldn't share to attract people, but the attraction is a result of you adding value into this world, making a difference into this world, sharing a little bit of yourself and doing it consistently, authentically, being real with people, and coming from a position of service. And that's why I'm here. And if you have stayed the entire 35 minutes, going on 36 minutes, it means that you are that type of person. And either you're already are doing it, that's amazing, or you need to do it more. And if you need to do it more, go ahead and do it more. And if it's not for you right now, that's just fine. But what I want to know is what are your thoughts? I want you to comment down below. I want you to share this video. Someone is going to need to hear this video today. And you never know. A story can change a life. Your story can have an impact on someone else's life. You guys know that. This is why I've shared my story here today. You guys are amazing. Make sure you drink your water. If you've stayed the entire 36 minutes here with me this morning, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. If you've already subscribed and you enjoy the content that we're providing here every single day, share it with your friends, share it on your Facebook page, and make sure people you can build this little community together, and that's just what my legacy will be. You guys are amazing. Alfonso loves you, and we will see you all